For this review, I will be looking at the S.H.Figuarts Ketchum figure, or you might say the S.H.Figuarts figure. Starting with the box, this figure does come with one, so if you're the type of person who likes a figure that comes with a box, this is the figure for you, and I'm not being paid to say that, though if you'd like to pay me, I accept Bitcoin. Okay, move Ash, I don't want the box people to be mad at me if you're in the way. Alright, here's the box for the box people. There you go, that side, the other side, the top, the bottom, and the back, with Japanese and/or other language letter words upon it. Well, that's pretty much the box. I hope you're happy, box people. Okay, moving on to paint and sculpt. He is painted, in case you were wondering, and he's painted quite well. He was painted by adults who color within the lines, so it looks pretty clean. Yeah. I only have some minor gripes with the paint application, and that's that the fingers look mildly green, which is only really noticeable up close. I don't mind, but I know people who want their figures to look like perfect will maybe have a problem with that. And the shirt, it's weird because it's glossy up here, and it's matte down here. So there's a weird contrast there. But it's also kind of glossy back here a little bit. I don't know if that's going to pick up or not, but there are like lines of matteness and bits of glossiness. So I don't know why they did that, or why they didn't just either keep it all glossy or all matte. Weirdness. And otherwise, I have no problems with the paint application. It looks awesome, honestly. But I do have two minor things with the paint choices. So the more minor one probably is the shirt. Now, I think the shirt was originally black. I'm on Team Black. I know a lot of people are on Team Green. But whichever choice you make, even if it is a green, it's got to be a dark green so that it could be mistaken for black. You know what I mean? But it is really, I mean, it's not ultra light, but it just seems too light to be blackish. It's not blacky green enough. But that's pretty minor. And then the eyes, it's a bit bigger on this one. Now the face looks awesome. See if that'll focus a little bit. But as you can see, the irises are brown. Now, in the original series, Ash didn't have irises. He was an irisless boy. He just had big, huge, ginormous pupils, like elongated, that went down the eye part of his face. And now he has irises. I wonder if that's like the price of remaining forever 10. He just, instead of aging, his irises just get bigger and bigger. His pupils get smaller until one day he's Brock. Yeah, that's actually why Brock is brown. He's just one big iris human. So that's something to think about before you use dark magic to stay 10 forever. Alright. On to the articulation. An action figure, or an ashen figure, wouldn't be complete without articulation. So, his neck is on a ball hinge, which connects that way into the hair. And so out of it, you can get him to... And there's also a joint in the bottom of the neck, too, which is actually pretty good. Okay, so in total, he can look forward that far. He can look up-ish, sort of like he's trying to look up, but he is accidentally paralyzed. Don't you hate it when you're accidentally paralyzed? I mean, I don't think a lot of people do it on purpose. Alright, so then he can tilt his head that far, and, you know, the other side also that far, and he can exorcist. So, if you really wanted to exorcist Ash, you can do that. And then, that's the neck. So, onto the torso, he's got two ab movements, things, in here and in here. He can crunch forward completely that far, and backward that far. So he's not quite going to break his back anytime soon. That's good, probably. Actually, that's not good. More articulation is always better. That's good though. That's a good amount of it. Anyway, the point is he can go sideways that far, or the other sideways equally far. And that's his torso. His arms are on ball hinges, which plug right into there. S.H.Figuarts has been doing a lot of butterfly joints recently, but no butterfly joint for Ash. So that's, yeah. His arm can go up total of that. Not ultra far, like a little over parallel with the ground, like barely over. He can go all the way around like this. If you wanted to have him do an exorcist thing with his arm, the ball hinge up here does work as bicep swivel, but he also has a real bicep swivel, so you don't have to use that welfare bicep swivel up there. And then his wrists are on a ball hinge as well, but they can't really like go forward and back that. Actually, no, that's not too bad. Earlier it seemed like it was less. Okay, so there's that, and you know they can twist around, so you can exorcist wrist him. And he's got the drop-down hips, which I think just look better aesthetically than the new ones, and generally, like look at that. That's way better than a lot of the new DBZ figures, which have the weird hips. So you can make him like kick a Pokemon to weaken it. Why would that be abuse? You know, trainers hitting Pokemon would be abuse, but Pokemon like beating each other half to death is fine. It's fine. All right. So he can go out to the side that far. He can go forward. Dropping the hip down, he can go forward that far, so not quite parallel to the ground, or maybe slightly over. I don't know. It's basically parallel to the ground, and backward, slightly-ish, and his knees are fantastic. Single joint, but it works really well. Oh yeah, his elbows single joint too. His elbows can do a little over 90. His knees, almost like 45. Pretty good knees. And they look great. Like, it's the same color as the pants, no weird shading issues. They don't stick out or look particularly, you know, weird. Like if you look in here and you see weird figure guts. But no, it's pretty good. I love it. And it's flat in the back when it's, so that's great. And the feet are on ball hinges too. You're not going to get a lot of motion out of them. Well, it's not bad actually. But the cuff of the pants does limit it slightly. So they can go backward that far, upward that far. He's got a fantastic toe hinge. And for the ankle rocker, you can kind of, it's pretty good actually. There you go. Yeah. So that is the S.H.Figuarts Ashen figure. Alright, moving on to the accessories, or the Ash accessories. That's right, I went there. Okay. So he comes with a disembodied head, in case you want to pose him as a disembodied head. Actually, it's not. It's another face and hair to replace his hat and to replace his face, in case you don't like his face. Anyway, here's the face. This one actually comes in the package, just so you know. And here is close up of the faces. Maybe I can. There you go. Get out of here, thumb. Maybe people see the faces. All right. So there's the face. There's the head or the hair. Yep. And Pikachu. Now this is probably why we don't get a lot of different hand pieces, because we get this little sub-action figure, sort of like a mild motion figure more than like an action figure, you know. Because okay, here's the extent of its movement. It can go forward that far. It can go back that far. It's crazy sauce. It's innovative. No, it is kind of cool though. A little mildly posable Pikachu. You can turn the body, you can turn the head, you make him dab. Or you can pull the head off to have disembodied Pikachu beside, disembodied Ash. So you can have the pair there if you really don't like them. Also, the head's on a ball peg. I'm not sure what this is exactly, but I don't want to rip it apart to find out, because I don't know if you can. And he comes the pointing finger, so Ash can accuse you of ripping Pikachu's head off. You unscrupulous human. The fingers, again, mildly green, but I don't really care about it myself. I think it's fine. And on this side, it's not green, so, you know. There's that. And Pokeball hand. The Pokeball is glossy. The hand is not, which is good, because flesh is seldom glossy. And it looks good. It's painted well. It's nice. I'm going to say it again. Green fingers. Just mildly, though. Still. And you get this little invisible antler thing. It's, you know, they kind of failed at making it perfectly invisible. But if it was, it would be really hard to use or find or know that it's even in the package. So I'm glad that they didn't go full invisibility cloak on it, you know? Okay, and that's all the accessories. I'm going to show you how to use them in case you can't figure it out on your own, because, you know, you suck. I shouldn't say that, person. You're okay just the way you are. Anyway, Ash. So, here's his head, here's his face, and his hat can be taken off. There's a little thing, and it goes into his head, and you can put it forward or backward. I like that. I think that's pretty cool. I kind of wish you could turn it sideways and there was an extra hand so that you could, like, have him in that pose where he's pulling his hat around. That classic pose. But you can't, so, you know, don't cry over spilled ash. So the hat can come off, and then you can replace it with the hair. But you have to remove his bangs. Okay, oh, there. Yeah, okay. Pull it up. Don't pull it down. Down doesn't work. So, there you go. And then put the hair on where the hat used to be. Okay, yeah. And I think it looks good. It looks pretty nice. There is kind of a seam. I mean, you can kind of see where it disconnects. If you, I mean, you can't see into it, but you can see, like, on the sculpt where it is if you know it's there, which you will, because you will have done it yourself. But I mean, you know, it probably doesn't look too bad from far. I don't think it looks too bad up close. It's just kind of bothering me because there's so much detail here in this one. If they made these creases deeper, you wouldn't really notice this line, but it's quite noticeable. Again, mild thing. Don't really care too much, but I think it looks great. And the hands, they are on ball hinges, so you just rip his hand right off his body. And then that's the wrong hand. This is also they're both the right hand. Okay, so that they're not. Okay, so we're gonna use the right hand this time, the correct hand, and there you go. He now has a Pokeball, which he's like pointing at someone menacingly. And there you go. That's the accessories. That's how you use them, except for this thing. So that's not all the accessories. Don't be hasty, viewer. Not done with you yet. Okay, why did I switch the hand? Okay, I'm just gonna put this one on, or not. Maybe I'll just leave him stumped with a stump wrist. Okay, so you take the little antler and you plug it right into his back like that, and then he has like a little perch. And on his Invisa antler, you can put Pikachu. Just sort of here. I'll try to show that better. Like that. Cup around Pikachu's balls. Hands go through the little two little things in the antlers. There you go. And then you can pose Pikachu a little bit so that he's riding Ash's shoulder. You can lift Ash's arm up if you want to, if you're one of those people. Here he is next to the S.H.Figuarts Mega Blaziken figure. Next to the S.H.Figuarts Sage Mode Naruto with a non-Sage Mode face, Sumi, and Figma Yuki in their little main character club. Here he is next to the S.H.Figuarts Mewtwo figure and the Variable Action Heroes Mewtwo figure, or the Mewtwo. Here he is with some other Pikachu options made by Tomy. That's right. It's a Raichu. Sumi. S.H.Figuarts Goku and Gohan. And of course, his best Pokemon ever. The S.H.Figuarts Charizard. That's right. I did that. Sumi. I don't actually have Charizard, but there you go. Looks good next to Digimon. in case you're one of those blasphemous people who likes to do that. Oh, shit. Alright, final thoughts. I love the figure. I think it's great. I like that it came with a Pikachu, even though the Pikachu looks a bit funny with his arms sticking out. From some angles it can look pretty good, and you can also put it on Ash's hat, like it's riding his head like it did in the anime sometimes. So I think that's really cool. And his shoulder, you know, it has the little Invisa antler. And the figure itself, I think is great. I do wish it came with more hands, because 2 fists and then like a pointing finger and a Pokeball hand is a little, I don't know, a little bare bones. But I still love the figure. I have a couple, the arms look a little short to me. That's just kind of a weird little thing, but I don't know if it appears, if they appear short to anyone else. It might just be me. Naruto, S.H.Figuarts Naruto, has only slightly longer arms, and he's only slightly taller, so I mean, I'm sure that I'm just being weird. Maybe it's because they're so thin they look short. He isn't very buff, so you know, there's that. But I love the figure, and if you like Pokemon, or like Ash, or hate Pokemon but like Ash, or like Ash but hate Pokemon, then I think that was the same thing. But yeah, then you have my permission to buy this figure. So, you go, viewer. If you liked the video, then like, comment, subscribe, and tell me in the comments if you'd like me to review anything else. Don't die before watching the next video, because that would be really shitty. So, yeah.